I want to talk today about the pathology, the present pathology of the Muslim Ummah. And don't think about Iraq, don't think about Palestine, don't think about Iran, don't think about Afghanistan, don't think about Kashmir, don't think like that, because the world of Islam, the Ummah, starts right here. Straighten out yourself, straighten out your family, straighten out your neighborhood, straighten out your society. Don't be worried about the rest of the world, because if it wasn't for fiber optics and telecommunications, you wouldn't be concerned about the rest of the world, because you wouldn't know nothing about it. Look at yourself. Make an analysis of yourself. And what you see in yourself, that's your children. What you see in your children and yourselves, that's your wife. What you have neglected in your wife, you see it in your children. And what you have neglected in yourself, that's what you neglected in your wives and your daughters. The evidence of your iman and the evidence of your neglect is your children and your wives. And look at your condition.
अल्लाह तबारक ताला ने शरीयत मुतहरा ने हर गुनाह के ताल्लुक से कहा, चोरी ना करो, गीबत ना करो, झूठ ना बोलो, मक्कारी ना करो, बेवफाई ना करो, गद्दारी ना करो, ये ना कहा। लेकिन जहां अल्लाह तबारक ताला ने जिना के ताल्लुक से कहा, बदकारी के ताल्लुक से कहा, ने इरशाद फरमाया, वला तक़रबुज़ ज़िना इन्नहु कान फ़ाहिशा व साअ सबीला। अल्लाह ने कहा जिना ना करो, हम ये नहीं कहते, बल्कि जिना के करीब जाने वाले अमल ही को ना अपनाओ। किसी गैर महरम लड़की की तस्वीर को ना देखो, किसी गैर औरत की तरफ ना देखो, उसके गाने को ना सुनो, उसके बजाने को ना सुनो, और फिर जो है सिनेमा ना देखो, फिल्म ना देखो, और उसकी आवाज को अपने कानों के अंदर दाखिल ना करो। तमाम चोर दरवाजों को यहां शरीयत मुतहरा ने बंद कर दिया।
There are various hadith of beloved Prophet Muhammad ﷺ who has prohibited musical instruments. He did permit duff, one-sided open drum, during weddings, during Eid, etc. But as far as all the other instruments are concerned, he prohibited. The reason is because these musical instruments, they take you away from Almighty God. And you see this today. The musical instruments, the string instruments, the flute, you know, you have rock shows going on and people get frenzy, they take out their clothes and they dance. You hear the film song, you know, film song. It has music. It is meaningless. Ek, do, teen. What ek, do, teen? Ek, do, teen, char, panch, chhe, saat, aat. And we keep on repeating. What do you keep on repeating?
And of the four Imams, Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah, he mentions the madhab of Imam Abu Hanifa is the strictest in this regard. And his comments and the comments of his students are the harshest. He says, I mean the points are, his companions, and by that mean that the students of Imam Abu Hanifa, they clearly stated that it's haram to listen to all musical instruments. And they said the person who listens to them is a fasiq. Fasiq is someone who is a dissolute, someone who lacks moral restraint, or a rebellious evildoer, whose testimony should be rejected. So just for listening to Jay-Z, we do not accept your testimony anymore. And they also said that music and listening to music and enjoying it is kufr. Now they said it's kufr, but they based that on a weak hadith. So we're not saying what they say, but it just shows you to what extent the Hanafis went. Abu Hanifa rahimahullah said, Al-ghina min akbar al-dhunub allati yajibu tarkuha fawran. He said that singing is one of the biggest sins that someone needs to leave immediately.
Islam has a system of hijab. People normally talk about hijab for the women. But Allah SWT in the glorious Quran first speaks about the hijab for the man and then for the woman. The glorious Quran says in Surah Nur chapter number 24 verse number 30 that say to the believing man that he should lower his gaze and guard his modesty. Whenever a man looks at a woman and any brazen thought comes in his mind, any unashamed thought comes in his mind, he should lower his gaze. And there are basically 6 criteria for hijab. The first is the extent which differs between the man and the woman. For the man, the extent is from the navel to the knee. For the woman, the complete body should be covered. The only part that can be seen are the face and the hands of the wrist. Some scholars say even this should be covered. The remaining 5 criteria are the same. The second is the clothes they wear, it should not be so tight that it reveals the figure. Third, it should not be transparent so that you can see through. Fourth, it should not be so glamorous that it attracts the opposite sex. Fifth, it should not resemble that of the unbeliever. Sixth, it should not resemble that of the opposite sex. These are basically 6 criteria for hijab mentioned in the Quran and the Sahih Hadith.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا بالله ورسوله والكتاب الذي نزل على رسوله والكتاب الذي أنزل من قبل ومن يكفر بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر فقد ضل ضلالا بعيدا.